Patty, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Ready for our next session. So I want to introduce my dear friend, Patti Troisi. And over the last couple of months, Patty and I have gotten quite close, and I'm so grateful that you offered to join us on this self-love today and teach us a little bit about tapping. So I'm just going to share a little bit about you to everyone. So Patti Troisi is an EFT tapping expert. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and it's a technique that comes from a Chinese medicine which uses acupressure to tap into our pressure points to help restore balance to our body's energy. This technique is shown to be effective to both emotional health, physical health, pain, anxiety, depression, and even helps with some insomnia. Yeah, so welcome, Patty. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be a part of a day that is dedicated to love. I just want to be really present with everyone here today because this is really special, especially considering the times we're in. So thank you for having me, Eureka.
Yeah, so I was wondering if you can talk a little bit about ETF tapping for people who are not familiar with it and how it works.
Absolutely. So a little bit of my background, just so everyone knows who I am, I'm an EFT expert because I use this every day. So it's a modality that I actually use. And I'm an actress and a transformation coach. And so I use EFT and other modalities, but specifically EFT, when working on calming the nervous system and taking the charge out of an emotion that might not serve us when we're presenting or wanting to be present in our lives. So EFT is such a magical modality. So let's go back and look at the fact that we have a fiber optic system in our bodies that has been addressed and worked with for thousands of years. And this is known as the meridians. And so in acupuncture, they've done studies and they realize what happens with acupuncture is it releases endorphins in the body. And so because EFT and tapping touches on those meridians, we are releasing endorphins in the body. So that's basically the essence of what we do with tapping.
Yeah, and so how do you see tapping helping with self-love, confidence, worthiness? Like what's the correlation there?
Well, when our body, first of all, can I just get an idea of who's used tapping before and who hasn't from the audience? I'm just curious.
Yeah, guys, if you can type in the chat if you've
maybe throw in a 1 if you've used tapping and a 2 if you haven't, if you're new to it. 1, sound familiar. Okay.
So I only learned about it yesterday.
Okay, cool. All right, so it looks like we have more people who are not familiar with it. Okay, good. And those of you who are familiar with tapping, just go along with us because we always get to learn something new, and we're going to do an exercise at the end. Well, in the beginning, middle. Okay, so here's the thing. I was sitting this morning thinking about what's the most important thing to deliver, as far as information regarding tapping, other than using it as a practice and doing an exercise. And when we're in a natural state of balance and alignment, we are able to source our truest, most potent, powerful energy in our body, in our systems. And so tapping allows us to calm down the fight flight response, essentially. So if as I promised in the segment, we're going to talk about anxiety. If you're feeling anxious and nervous, which I'm sure you know somebody who's feeling that way right now, maybe not you, but if you know someone who's feeling that way or it's yourself, this is a way to calm that down in your nervous system. And so by doing that, allowing your body to just do and be and provide its natural healing for you, right? So by using the systematic approach to tapping. So there's, should I just go right into how it works,
Yeah.
Marika? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So let's go over, we use points in tapping. And so let's go over the points and then we'll talk about more of the systematic approach. So the points that we will use today, and there's a lot of different varieties, but these are the more popular points. So again, we're going to be touching these points and thereby addressing the meridians and the energetic fiber optic system in the body. So this right here is called the karate chop point. And so let's just like go through the motion together. So just take like 2 or 3 fingers. I usually use 3 fingers and just kind of tap on that karate chop. So it's like right there, that little meaty part of your hand. And you know, you don't want to hurt yourself, but you want to do a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a tap so you can feel it. So that's the karate chop. This point is used as an affirmation. And just remember that, because we'll go back and I'll discuss the specifics of why we do that. The next point is the eyebrow point. So right here on the bone, kind of toward the beginning of the eyebrow, and you could use 2 fingers and just give a little tap on that. I just love tapping so much, you guys. I do this all the time. Okay, now the second point is right here, the bone on the side of the eye. Can everyone see that? Just tap right there and you'll feel the second point there. Okay, and then we're gonna come down below the eye right here, and there's a bone right there, and you'll tap on that. You know, besides the addressing the meridians right here, we're also addressing the sinuses, right? We're addressing like, that just feels good to do that. Okay, I am not a Chinese doctor, so I can't tell you all the specifics of what we're addressing, but you can go and look that up. And then the upper lip here is the next point. Tap that. Is everybody with us? Okay. And then come down to the chin, just below the lip. In the cleft right here, you're just gonna get in there and tap that. Yes, everyone's doing so well. All right, and then come down to the clavicle. So right here, there are these little, so just below the bones, there are these little indentations. So regardless of what I teach you today, this spot here, if you are stressed out, you just go and tap this. Close your eyes, breathe, tap this. How amazing does that feel? Take a big breath. Good. Okay, now this one's super funny. I think of a monkey every time I do it, but under the arm, where a woman's bra strap would be, that's the other point. Can you feel that? There's a bone. It's kind of like just below the squishy part. There's a nice bone there where the bra strap would be. And then the last one we'll use today is top of the head. And you could go ahead and you'll just do one side. You could do both sides if you want, if your hands are free, but it is equally efficient to do just one side. Often what I'll do is I tend to do the right side, so then sometimes I'll just switch off and do the left side, like use my left hand. So, okay, so is everybody with me so far? Let me see if anyone has any questions. Oh, I see some familiar faces here. Hi, Louise. Hey, Karen, Sophia. Hi, everyone. Okay, I just had to see your faces for a second. Okay, so anybody have questions? Questions? We're good? All right, so those are the points. And I will give you guys a link so you can go back, and I've created a little diagram for you so you'll have that as a reference. Now, I want you to know how valuable this tool is. I've used it for so many things. I mentioned just getting on camera, but also in everyday life during this COVID storm, I've used this to just maintain myself and get out of anxiety. and just get into just functioning, right? And sometimes I'll literally wake up in the morning and I'll be tapping. And I'll show you guys an abbreviated version of the tapping that you could do when you're laying in bed. If you wake up during the night, for example, sometimes I'll wake up in the night with anxiety, right? Not often anymore, but I have a tapping abbreviated version I can share with you at the end. So just remind me and I'll share that with you. Okay, so what we do first is we tap on the karate chop. And when we do this, we affirm a situation. And, you know, a lot of people think often, well, if I affirm the situation, won't I make it worse? And the thing is if you, what I call it is like, if you shine the light on the mold, then the mold can dry, right? The mold can dry up if the sun is shining on it. So when we bring something to the forefront and we address it, we give ourselves permission to actually be feeling it and not beating ourselves up for having those feelings to begin with. For example, like anger. You know, sometimes we get angry at ourselves for feeling angry. Well, that defeats the purpose of the awareness of anger and how we get to release that and reformulate it. You know, in our perception and what we're experiencing. And the same is for anxiety. Like there's nothing helpful about beating yourself up over having anxiety. So when we address the anxiety, what we're doing is really acknowledging our truest power. Because our truest, we're taught in society that power is having the ability to manipulate circumstance. And that isn't power, because we don't have that ability. We actually are very vulnerable as human beings and as spirit beings, right? So once we acknowledge we don't have that power, and the only power we do have is acknowledging what's inside of us, like our I don't know what your beliefs are, but the creative and divine energy that's flowing through us, and giving our power over to that and letting that flow through us in our energetic system in a scientific, more biological approach. We are letting these blocks move out, we're transforming them, and thereby creating the most optimal mechanism as a physical being that we can. Does that make sense to everyone? Give me a 1 if you're with me. Just want to see who's following me right now. Everybody's following me. Okay, good. Okay, good. Awesome. So our goal here and our mission and our intention is to be operating at the most optimal level, right? And that said, I just want to congratulate everyone for being here right now, for being present to yourself, because you know, we have this misconception we're a project, especially within the mindset arena, that we're a project and we need improvement, and there's nothing to be fixed. So that in itself will alleviate some of the anxiety for us, right? When we accept that. And I'm saying this because I'm guilty of the same. So every day I wake up and I remind myself, like, perfect, whole, complete. What's coming up is exactly what needs to come up. And so you get to reboot, right? So when we tap on this point, we're basically saying, you know, I am not perfect. I am who I am. I have all these feelings and I love and accept myself anyway, period. Okay. So that's what we're doing on this point. And what we do on that point is we reaffirm this right here. What we affirm, we do that 3 times. That's the magic number. Okay. All right. The next thing we do is we address it more specifically, and we go through, I like to call it, it's like an unpacking of something, right? So we have an awareness that we tap here on, and then we go through the points and we affirm that awareness and we acknowledge what is so. So as we're tapping on these points, we'll do 5, 6 taps on each point. And you'll see as I take you along through the script that I created for you today, we'll talk about, you know, anxiety and the experience of that anxiety in the physicality, in the emotion, in the energy. And then we'll go through that. And then at a point, right, at some point, and I imagine I'm talking to a lot of intuitives on this call right now. That's what I'm imagining. You'll reach a point where it starts to transition. because what we're doing here is we're taking a deep dive through we're addressing the physiology, right? And the myofascial tissue and the meridians and the body memories that are held within us, in our energy system, in our body system. And we're diving in by acknowledging what is so, we're diving in and we're starting to get underneath belief systems and dismantle them, right? Because we're getting ourselves out of the fight, flight, which is the amygdala response. And we're getting into a more calm place. We're observing, which we love to be, especially in meditation. And then we're getting underneath something. So we start dislodging and dismantling, and then we create transformation, right? So we do that all by working on it's a range. Like we go from 0 to 10. So what we like to do with tapping and EFT is do an assessment before we begin. So today we're talking about anxiety and stress. So I want you guys to throw out some numbers in 1 second. So from 0 to 10, 10 being the most stressed you can be, and 0 being like super chill, relaxed, not stressed at all. I want you to give me an idea of where you're at on that scale, like 0 to 10. Let me see what's going on out there. Wow, okay. So we have 8, we have 5, we have 3, 6. Okay, so 0 to 1. Wow. Okay, so super awesome. You chillaxing people out there. Okay, good. All right, good. So we have a mix, right? So those of you who are relaxed realize like you could be always like include more relaxation and peace of mind. So let's go with that. But today we're going to really address the people who are like over the 3, 4, 5 mark, right? Because if we're at an 8, we're in a place where we can't think clearly, we're not feeling clearly, we're not downloading what needs to be downloaded, we're not in our instincts, right? We're not feeling so great. So the cool thing about tapping is it can take you there pretty quickly. So let's do that. Okay, do I have any questions? Eureka, am I still good to go, or did you want to?
No, you're good.
Okay, good. I'll keep an eye. Keep me clear on the time. I just want to also mention, along with tapping, I've worked with craniosacral in the craniosacral arena for a very long time. So I know the power of memories, of stories that we hold in our body, and so the power of really dismantling those stories without having to like go into the stories. Are you all with me? Like we don't have to experience the turmoil in order to actually let some of this go. We just have to be aware of it. Like the power is really in the awareness. And I've seen from working with thousands of people, I've seen the power of releasing old stories, like the things that really may not have been yours to begin with. So, and again, this all comes from this magical piece of just really acknowledging and being aware of what is, and then allowing yourself the peace of mind to transform that. So, and when I mentioned the cranial sacral, the reason I'm mentioning it is because of the myofascial tissue. It's this magical cotton candy tissue that holds memories in the body, and it's just now being starting to be acknowledged as an actual organ, right? Like the actual substance is being acknowledged as an organ for its value. Okay, so I'm just and I also have some great resources that I use too that I can share with you at the end. Okay, so who's ready to jump into a who's ready to jump in and do a tapping? Ready. Oh, only one person, so maybe we'll wait. Oh, wait, 2. Okay, anybody else? Do you want me to keep talking? Okay, you're ready. All right, let's do this. I made a really cool, I was feeling some anxiety, and so when I'm feeling certain things, I have to play 2 hats, right? I go and then I created a script, because I like to create things for you guys, like when I'm in the moment, and actually share with you the things that work. And so some of my favorite people that I follow are Nick Ortner. You guys, I don't know if you're familiar with his great book called the Tapping Solution. I follow Gary Craig, Margaret Lynch. Like, there's a bunch of people out there. They're all over the place. So you just have to look. And then again, after this, you can go to my site. I'm going to provide a link at some point. And I've created this beautiful script for you. I call it a script because by following this script, you then will have this lovely, lovely transformation. Okay, so I'm off chat. So I'm going to go in and we're going to start. So I want you all to just sit quietly. Turn off any distractions you might have around you, including food. Put your food away. Take a nice big breath. Close your eyes for a second. Let's just get present. Let's just be present to this divine, amazing life force that's running through our bodies. Close your eyes so you could be within you where the real power is. Big breath. And let your breath out. Imagine a beautiful, big, gorgeous light above your head and let that just shower down onto you and in you and through you and around you. Breathe in that beautiful golden light. Let it come through the crown of your head, down into your head and your shoulders, your throat, your mouth, your chest, your gut. Let it circulate in your gut and move down to your belly, into your root, and into the ground, and then go travel down to the center of the earth and let it bounce back up, all in your heart, and then send it all out from your heart, everybody. Just send it out so we can be connected. Awesome. Okay, good. You can open your eyes. Let's start. All right, so here we go. Follow me. I'm going to say this script, and you are going to repeat it, and your mics are off so nobody can hear you. And just keep tapping while I'm talking. And the thing of it is my friends, if you've never done this before, and even if you have, and this might happen to me, you may cry. You may feel something very deeply, and you may be like, what? I'm just tapping. What is this? And that's okay, because it's just your body is relaxing and you're providing yourself with the art of allowing. So we're going to provide ourselves with the art of allowing and then see where this leads us. Okay, here we go. Repeat after me. Even though, oh, hang on one sec. Anxiety, you have your range, you have where you're at. Remember that, because we're going to go back to it at the end. Okay, here we go. Tap, tap, tap. Even though I'm feeling all this anxiety and panic, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Remember, you're saying this with me right after me, okay? I'm mirroring me. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed with anxiety. And I just felt emotional there, okay? I feel it in my body, in my energy, and it's permeating my feelings. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And even though I'm feeling all of this anxiety and I'm feeling uneasy in my body, I choose peace and calm right now. Going through the points on the top of the eyebrow, all this anxiety, and let yourself be present to it, okay? This is where the payoffs happen in this experience. Side of the eye, all this stress. Under the eye, I feel it all through my body. On the lip, all this tension. Under the lips, it takes my breath away. And on the chest, it's too much. Under the arm, I don't feel safe. In the top of the head, so much stress. Stay with me. Take a big breath, tapping on the top of the head. Exhale. On the eyebrow, maybe it's safe to feel all this stress. Side of the eye, all this anxiety. Under the eye, maybe I don't need to be afraid of these feelings. On the lip, this is a lot to bear. Under the lip, I am going to adjust how I'm looking at this. On the chest, because I feel so anxious. Under the arm, I am so uncomfortable. Top of the head, and it's too much. Big breath on top of the head. Exhale. Top of the eye, all this anxiety. Side of the eye. I've struggled with this for so long. Under the eye, I've actually become used to this. Top of the lip, this high level of anxiety in my body. Chin, oh, it is so uncomfortable. Collarbone, maybe there's another way. Under the arm, I am open to another way. Top of the head, I am going to let myself feel some peace for a moment. Okay, close your eyes and take a nice big breath. Don't worry, we're not done. So keep your eyes closed, and what I'm guessing is happening is some of you are just in the pocket, like in the moment, and you're going along with this, and you can feel the transitions happening. There may be some of you who are in tears because it's really opening something up. And remember, it's just, we're acknowledging what's just there. Okay? So we're going to keep going, and we're just going to trust what's happening, right? There's a transition happening. Okay, top of the eyebrow, you can open your eyes or close them. I do it both ways. I can let myself rest. Side of the eye, I can let myself feel what that is like. Under the eye, but what if I need the anxiety? I'm so used to it. Top of the lip, it's so familiar. On the chin, this feeling of being so uncomfortable. Collarbone, but it's too much. Under the arm, I am letting it go. Top of the head, and that feels right. Take a big breath. Woo! Let out a little sound. One more breath. Top of the eye, I'm giving myself a rest from all the anxiety. Side of the eye, I am releasing my attachment to it. Under the eye, I am letting in peace now. Top of the lip, I feel this peace throughout all my body. lower lip, chin. That feels so good and right. Collarbone. I feel light all throughout my body. Under the arm. I feel light all throughout my cells. Top of the head. I am safe without the anxiety and stress. Big breath. Top of the eye. I am letting the panic and stress go away from me. Side of the eye. I am releasing it, letting it go, and allowing peace for me. Under the eye. I can feel peace in my mind. Big breath. Ooh. On top of the lip, I can feel peace in my body. On the chin, I can feel peace in my cells and my energy. Collarbone, my energy is peaceful and I can breathe. Take 3 full breaths right there. There you go. 1 more, 2 more. Breathe in and out. 1 more. Repeat that. My energy is peaceful and I can breathe. And this is the truth. Under the arm, peace is for me. And I feel peaceful now. And then top of the head, in my mind, body, and soul, I am peaceful now. And so it is. And then I like to grab my wrist, either wrist, with the other hand and just say, I am safe. Okay, good. All right, my friends. Let's see. Give me a 1 if that was relieving something for you. Ooh, nice. Okay, good. Okay, good. What I like to say is that I don't want to take us too far from that experience before I open up for Q&A, Eureka, but what I like to say is that go back to your range, right? 0 being totally fine to super stressed. 10, where are we at now? 1, 2. Okay. We have a 1, 2. Wow. Okay, Louise. So super stressed is 10 and 0 is not stressed at all. Okay, good, Louise. Okay, good. I got nervous, Louise, there. Okay. Okay, so we have a couple people who have to run this through again, right? Run this through, went from a 6 to a 3. Love that. Yeah. So what I like to say, like when I work with people on camera, is I say, make sure it's between like a 2 and a 3 before you press record, right? That's because I work with people mostly on camera. But in life, like we want to keep it like 2 or 3, right? If we're like 3, 4, 5, like we're inching toward having a lot of stress in our body, and it really depends on your situation. But if you have to be high functioning, you want to run it through 1 or 2 more times, because as you do, it's like this beautiful, like an artichoke, right? You start peeling off the leaves and then you get to the heart, like the beautiful, gorgeous heart in the center. So I would love to, Eureka, I would love to open things up a little bit, if that's okay with you.
Yeah. So just for everybody else, the next session is at 11 o'clock. So between now and 11, we can totally open for Q&A if you guys want to ask Patti any questions. And so the next session is um, an interview, and it comes with a companion worksheet that I created, and it's on the link of the page, the scheduling page, and I'll pop it into the chat. So if you don't have access to that, or if you don't want to go back to your email, you can download the worksheet there, and it's a fillable form, so you can type it in. And so listen to the interview with Shauna Shapiro, who talks about self-compassion, and she has a really great self-compassion practice. But between now and then open up to questions.
Cool. Okay, so I guess the way we could do it is, hang on one sec, I'm just getting my technical, I'm not super technically inclined all the time, my friends. Okay, so you're welcome. So I'd love to hear from a couple of people about your experience there, what that was like for you. Anybody?
Carl asks in the chat, how often do you do this and for how long?
Okay, when times are super stressful, like I said, with the COVID-19 storm that we're passing through, I use this all the time. Like anytime I'm feeling that, you know, my body feels really constricted, or you know, my thoughts are foggy, or I'm just kind of reacting really easily, I will instill the tapping. We're getting a lot of positive feedback. So I did promise you guys I would teach you an abbreviated version too. So sometimes in the evening, like when you're in bed and you wake up, if anyone is like me, occasionally I'll wake up, you know, with a bad dream or with some anxiety at night, or even this really works if you are in a meeting with someone, you can use this technique as well. So the points are on the sides of the fingers. So here, let's look at your pointy finger. Hold it up. And then on the top near the nail is like a little indentation. Can you all see me right now? Just tap that with your finger. It's like a little indentation in there. Okay, so you're gonna get really good at this. So it's that finger on the tops of each finger. And you just simply tap on the side of the finger. You'll get really good at it. You just have to practice. And just do a few taps on each finger. And you will notice if you wake up, and sometimes the only thing you do is like stretch your hand out and like do these 4 fingers. You can do an affirmation. If you're really experiencing a lot of panic, I suggest tapping into love. Like love is the quickest, you know, it's your speed dial to balance and well-being. So you just tap on these spots and you repeat what I'm about to share with you, which is, I am love, love is me, love is around me, love is through me, love is in me, love is as me, I am love. And then you just keep repeating where love is for you. And that's your express to tapping when you can't do the whole thing, right? In the middle of the night, you might not be able to bring yourself to do that, but you can do this one and just really see the difference. Are there studies or research which proves the benefits of tapping? Yeah, I imagine there have been lots of studies. The way I look at things is I've done and been involved in and done so much research in quantum physics and cranial sacral therapy and EFT and tapping and so many things. And biosonics. And so what I can tell you is that we should go look at studies, but I primarily look at results. Because if I'm going through a difficult time, or my clients are going through a difficult time, and there's something that really gets them through that, and a modality that gets them through that, I tell them, yeah, there's an array of modalities to use. It's almost like when you go to a buffet at a restaurant, there's many things, wonderful things to choose from, but it really depends on what works for you. So I would suggest really picking the things that work for you. And if you resonate, to use those things, and that might change as well. When you're tapping, do you always say certain phrases as you do it? The only consistent phrase that we use is, I am, I have so much anxiety, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Like, that is one that gets repeated over and over and over again, super valuable. And but other than that, like, your transitions through the points as you do the tapping and learn how to, it works best for you, and you follow different teachers, you'll learn, specifically what the words are that work for you. But that part, and I completely and deeply and completely love and accept myself, are by far the most important words that you repeat over and over again.
I had a question, Patty. So you did this
Yeah.
one for anxiety. Would you be able to do the same thing for, like, I'm feeling sad, or like whatever feelings that are coming up?
Absolutely. Any feelings that come up. I'm feeling sad is a really, really good one, because that can come on suddenly. So letting ourselves have those feelings, number one, acknowledging them, and then working through where that might be coming from, So just discovering. I really do suggest working with a coach as you're learning this modality, because then you learn the things that work best, right? And then you can adapt it to your own personal life. But so I use this for performance anxiety with my clients, sadness, of course, or this feeling of I'm not enough, right? We all have that. Like, I'm not feeling like enough, yet I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I don't feel like I can do this. I don't feel like I have what it takes, but I deeply and completely love and accept myself, right? Because we are so geared up toward doing everything so perfectly. And the fact remains that I'm going to read you something from Nick Ortner's book. He says, the default setting of the brain is to overestimate threats and underestimate opportunities and underestimate resources, for both coping with threats and for fulfilling our opportunities. So we overestimate, the threats, the things that we worry about, right? The fight flight response, but we underestimate the resources for overcoming or for embracing the opportunities, right? For overcoming the threats or embracing the opportunities. So, oops, I have more.
Cecilia is raising her hand. So Cecilia, if you want to unmute yourself, you can ask your question.
Perfect.
Hi, thank you, Yuri, and thank you very much, Patty, also. My question is, you just taught us that technique with the fingers if we wake up at night. Is that good also when you can't sleep and you just want to go to sleep, or is there something else we can do?
That's what I use for sleeping. I can't guarantee it will help you, Cecilia, but what I do is I tap on these spots, and you will get really good at it. And that one, if you're not able to sleep, just bring in love. Love seems to just really cut through all the other stuff, and just bring in love and repeat what I had said to you, your own formulation of it. But, close your eyes, breathe, and just tap on I am love. Love is around me. Love is through me. Love is me. I am love. And just keep repeating that. And you will most likely notice a very big difference, and you probably fall asleep.
Okay, thank you.
Try it. Just give it a try.
Sure, of course. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm trying to make sure, I want to make sure I covered all the points. Is there anybody else who has questions? Thank you, Pat. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, okay. So Eureka, I sent you a question.
You sent me a question?
Yes.
On the chat?
Yeah. Just a little housekeeping, my friends. Second, I have a, can we have your website? Absolutely. There's my website. We can't put any links in here anymore. Zoom's changed that. They've taken away that.
Oh no, you can put a link in here.
Oh,
I did.
will you do that for me?
Yeah. And for everyone on the scheduling page, it has Patty's bio, and it has also a whole bunch of free gifts from all the other speakers from today. And so you can go there as well. Patty's website is on there.
Yeah, and if you guys, you know, if I have a list of who attended, I can send the script from today to everyone. It's not ready right now.
Yes, Patty, you can offer a free gift, and if you send
Can
that to me, I can.
I wanted to do something really fun. Eureka, will you help me? I wanted to do a raffle.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know I love to have fun. So I wanted to actually give away a session right now to our group. But I wanted to I have one, you know, I'm going to give away one session, and I wanted to, and my sessions are vision sessions. So what I like to do is bring in tapping, but mostly like hold a vision for you, your vision, talk about what's possible, and then figure out what's blocking you, right? And then we create tapping along those lines, like creating like a breakthrough for you and a transformation. And yeah, and I would love to do that. I'd love to spend an hour with one of of our guests today doing that. So I wanted to have a raffle because it's super fun to do. Have you done a Zoom raffle yet? There's so
No,
much.
I was about to go old school and like write everybody's name on a piece of.
No, it's so easy.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'm going to pick a number from 1 to 10, and I'll write it down so it's legitimate. So nobody feels like, because we're all so human and we want to make sure it's done legit. I'll use my flower pen and I'll write my number down. And just because this is super fun. And then if you want to win an hour session with me, a vision session where we'll incorporate the tapping as well, of course, you just pick a number from 1 to 10. And then when we say, Eureka will say ready, set, go. And then when she says go, you tap your number in. And does everybody want to do that? Does that sound fun? Let's see, raise your hand. There's so many people I can't see on here. Okay. Okay, all right, I'm gonna write my number down. Okay.
So I guess for the people who are interested in the vision session, when I say ready, set, go, and you type in your number, so it'll be selected from that group who.
So we'll pick the first person who typed in that number. So we didn't say go yet, so Eureka has to say go.
Yeah. Did you get your number, Patty?
I have my number.
Oh,
yeah.
Apparently 6 is a popular number. Okay, you guys all have your fingers on the keyboard? All right, ready, set, go. Whoa, whoa.
I know, wow. Okay, is that everybody? Let's go back. So the first two, when was the official go?
The first, hold on, let me pop this chat out.
I think it was 10:88.
So 6, 6, and 8, I think, were before I said go.
I think you're right. And then so was it Ginny at 10:48 starts the new flow? I think so, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the winner is
number 6. Oh, that's Ginny.
It's Ginny. Where's Ginny? Let me see you. I don't see Ginny.
I see her here.
You do? Okay. So many. I'd love to see your faces, my friends. Okay, cool. So Ginny, will you email me and then we can set up your congratulations.
Okay, somebody asked me, sorry, Dave, I think you asked me where's the worksheet. It's on the scheduling page link, which I will paste again. And it is, actually, I'll just pop the worksheet directly into the chat here. But you can watch the video with the link from this. So just go to the 11 o'clock session, watch the video, and then it'll say companion worksheet link. And then, so you guys are all welcome to stay on and or leave and come back. But Patti, thank you so much for this session. And I really, really appreciate it. That was really fun. Never did a Zoom raffle before.
I'm glad. Thanks for having me on. And thank you all for, doing this with me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.